Good day, good evening, welcome. Just going to give you a quick presentation of how Team Member should be used with P6 properly. We'll be taking an example here today, just showing you an outage project, a refueling outage project. It's all dummy data. Just going to give you an example of how you would use Team Member to front the updates and instructions to the teams outside on site in conjunction with the project manager, project owner, or status reviewer. So sort of a instruction and feedback. So I've logged on to P6 here, or logging on. Do that quickly. Right, so this is the day in the life of a project manager. When I go over to Team Member, it's the day in the life of a foreman on site who will be giving us the updates from site as they happen and as they are updated. So logging on to P6, I see my dashboards first, whichever one you left off last, and we'll go into P6. So now this is a project that's just been created. I'm going to take the Cape Town refueling project. It's a completely random made-up project, but it'll show you how it's been used. So from the EPS page, I have a number of projects. I'm assuming Milestone is a construction company, which it's not. We're an ICT. We do implementations of Primavera and other associated products. But this is assumed that we are a construction company. So I'm going to take this project over here, Cape Town International Airport. I think I left it open last, so I'm going to go over to my activities. So basically, I think there's 4 or 5 refueling stations that need to be repaired. Take everything down, inspect it, fix it up, hydro test, hydro blasts, etc., etc. Now, instead of going through the whole project, I'm going to assume that I myself am also a foreman, just for the purpose of this example, that I myself am the the team viewer status updater, and also the foreman who's going to update the activities on site. So you can see I've got these different refuel bays here. So what we like to do with our customers is we like to take them through the day in the life of the project by taking them through standard views. So I'm now looking at the basic Gantt chart here. So I want to look at this one here called communication. So this one, what I've done is I've broken up all the activities by primary resource. And I'm going to take the first one here, inspect bundle before transport or washback. Has dates, the status. When I click on activity, it opens up on my discussions and my update history. You can see now that I have updates if there's a review required, was there any feedback and comments. I have the resources, the owners. I have UDFs that I want them to update if applicable, steps, notebook topics, and who last changed it. So this is a way for me to now communicate between the team members or the resources to be in fact, between myself, the team status reviewer, and in the resource itself. So let's take this activity here, E101, inspect the bundle before. So I've planned this work, and now I've assigned the resource and say, please go and now update me on site. So if I was now the foreman, now I'm acting as the foreman on site, I have my tasks, and we have that E101 inspect bundle before transback or washback. First things first, what can I do from here? Well, I can start the activity when I actually physically start, but let's go through the documents. So the project planner can now go and plan the activity and assign documents to the activity for general package details. They can also go and give topics or categories of discussion. In this case, notes. Well, there's nothing to note yet. And I myself as a foreman now can go and edit it and update if there's anything important. I'll just go R about to start. I can also look at standard procedures, just nothing available, follow the RTP inspection test plan. Related tasks. So now for this activity, what am I waiting for and who am I going to affect? What is the status of those? So Cape Town International Airport refuels, start, finish, WBS, who's the resource, who the resource is. Let's look at these items here, I can mark this as a favorite. So if I'm working these, mark these as a favorite, so they always can be picked up, and I can filter by my start. I can email the project manager, which will open up my email browser. I'm not going to do that. But an easier way to do that is just to use the discussion. So I'm going to say, we are about to start the work. Okay. I can mark this as complete. If it's not complete, I can mark this started by, finished by, expected finish, percent complete, and what's remaining. This is the most important. In addition to that, this release now, I can also, if I'm the team leader, I can go and update other team members. Start, finish, additional time, time left, and remaining duration on the activity itself. Then I've got steps. So I could go along and now give the detailed steps of what needs to be done on those activities. And these are weighted on the back end. I've weighted these in P6. So check for damage, check for tagging. Let's have a look. On my steps, I've weighted these. Expect to sign off, customers expect to sign off, it's 5. Carries the most weight. Now, the foreman and team member can mark these as complete, for example. In addition, they can add steps if it's applicable. And finally, codes and UDFs. So now I could choose which codes are available to the foreman or the team member, and which are editable and not editable. So go, no go, work type, reason for delay. These I don't want them to change, but the foreman must be able to tell me if there was a reason for delay. Was it perhaps weather related? Was it perhaps a dependency or no staff availability? I could expose things like number of near misses, 1. Let's say there were, I put 1 here, I cut my finger. Let's say there is a lost time injury hours. It was 1 hour. My finger was bleeding. This is an example. Remember that. Lost time injuries was updated. So now I save. So now we'd expect that to go and update into the schedule. Well, not quite. So for now I'm playing the role of project status reviewer. Back in P6 again. It takes a few seconds. And I will get a notification. Those changes that are made to the UDF or the start dates that are made will not take effect until I've approved it. So it doesn't just allow any updates. You can switch that off if you want to, but it's a great feature and it allows control, because maybe they might say, oh, we're 100% complete. You go on site and you have a look and you find out that it's not actually 100% complete. But just to speed this up, I'm going to go change the view. This has been hosted in the UK and I'm in South Africa, so one of the challenges of South Africa is infrastructure. Let's just get that going. I'll wait for that to load. Alright, just going to carry on from there. So it seems like my pop-up, I've switched it off to automatically notify me. So if that's the case, basically what I need to do is go to my actions and review status update. opens up a pop-up window, and then for that activity, I can see the ID, name, and ID, activity ID and project ID, who it was. Get any more information if I need to. I marked the steps complete 100%, and I've marked cut up LTR. My finger was bleeding. Remember, I added that on. So I can choose to override that, or I can just simply say accept and close. Only now, when I accept and close, will it update my finger was bleeding. Lifetime injury hours 1. Activity status in progress. And I can read my discussions. And there we go. We're about to start the work, okay? So that's just an example of how we set it up. So we set it up into views after we've planned the project, after we've assigned the resources. We define the status reviewer, and we give out the work for them to go and update the work, and we communicate that way. And that way, by saving lots of money on ad hoc meetings and long-winded emails trying to understand what's going on, this way we can collaborate and get the actuals from site immediately through a process of approval and update our schedule accordingly. We'll try and get this up on the website. Thank you very much for viewing, and let us know if you need any more information about Team Member. Feel free to go into our website, www.milestoneSA.co.za, click on the contact icon, and drop us an email. Thank you very much for watching. Good day.